Edison invented the light bulb. When night fell, the whole world could only rely on the dim light of candles and oil lamps. They were not only weak but also dangerous, easily causing fires. But one man believed that humanity deserved a stronger and longer-lasting light, Thomas Edison. At Menlo Park, New Jersey, Edison and his assistants spent years turning that dream into reality. On their workbench were failed light bulb models, burnt filaments, and pages filled with calculations. They tested hundreds of materials for the filament: platinum, copper, iron, but all were either too expensive or not durable enough. Mr. Edison, we have tried more than 1,000 times, sighed Watson, his eyes dark from sleepless nights. Maybe humans can't create eternal light. Edison smiled, full of determination. Watson, we haven't failed. We have only found 1,000 ways that don't work. If we give up now, all our efforts will be wasted. Watson lowered his head, saying nothing more. He knew Edison was not someone who gave up easily. This man had once been called too slow to learn by his teacher and had failed many times before. But he never backed down. Under the flickering oil lamp in the laboratory, Edison leaned back in his chair, staring at his messy notes and formulas. He couldn't stop. The thought of a bright, safe, and lasting light burned in his mind. Long nights without sleep, countless failures, none of it discouraged him. Instead, each attempt only made him believe even more in his goal. For Edison, every failed experiment was not a failure but a step closer to the truth. One day, while testing hundreds of different materials, his eyes landed on a small piece of burnt carbon. An idea flashed in his mind: carbon might be the key. Edison forgot everything around him. He grabbed a pen and quickly sketched his idea. Metals burn too fast because they conducted heat well, but carbon might hold heat longer. If placed in a space without oxygen, it could glow without burning up immediately. His heart raced. This could be the breakthrough. He immediately called Watson and his assistants, excitedly sharing his thoughts. His eyes sparkled with confidence. We will try carbon. But not just that. We will create a vacuum inside the bulb to stop it from burning too fast. Watson was shocked but soon got caught up in Edison's enthusiasm. The team went back to work, now more determined than ever. For Edison, inventing was not just about creating something new, it was about conquering the impossible. He believed that limits were only challenges waiting to be overcome. And with this light, he didn't just want to light up a room, he wanted to light up the world. One day, Edison stared at a small piece of carbon on the table, deep in thought. Metal conducts heat too well and burns too fast. But if we use carbon, stretch it into a thin filament, and put it in a vacuum, what will happen? Watson's eyes widened. A vacuum? But how do we remove all the air inside the bulb? Edison smiled mysteriously. We will find a way. They got to work. When the first test bulb was ready, the whole team held their breath. Edison carefully connected the wires and flipped the switch. A spark. The bulb glowed, but their joy didn't last long. Less than a minute later, the filament burned out and the light vanished. It didn't work, Watson sighed. There is still oxygen inside the bulb. Then we will remove all the oxygen, Edison said, eyes shining. We have one more way. They continued testing, adjusting every tiny detail. They improved the vacuum pump, ensuring as little air remained as possible inside the bulb. Edison patiently tested different types of carbon to find the most durable one. Finally, at the end of October 1879, the magic moment arrived. Edison placed the carbon filament inside the bulb, removed the air completely, and flipped the switch. The bulb lit up. 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 5 hours, it was still glowing. Watson shouted with joy. We did it. It's not going out. Edison looked at the bright light, a satisfied smile on his face. No, Watson, he whispered. This is only the beginning. After this success, Edison continued improving the light bulb, making it last up to 1,200 hours. But he didn't stop there. He worked on creating an electrical system to bring light to every home, every street. On December 31, 1879, at Menlo Park, thousands of people gathered to witness the miracle. When Edison flipped the switch, the whole street lit up. The crowd cheered, some even moved to tears. That light didn't just push back the darkness of the night, it pushed back doubt and broke the limits people once believed in. And from that moment, the world entered a new era. The era of electricity, science, and progress. The invention of the light bulb didn't just change millions of lives, it sparked a new industrial revolution. It extended working hours, boosted the economy, and improved quality of life. Thanks to Edison, cities were no longer trapped in darkness, and the electric power industry flourished. With his great contributions, Edison received countless patents, honors, and admiration from around the world. He became a symbol of perseverance, creativity, and a spirit that never gives up.